Hi, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 14th, 2023 new moon and solar eclipse reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps this channel out tremendously, so thank you so much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, which is also listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Interesting. So something isn't moving as quickly as you would like it to, and you're getting quite frustrated. So just be aware of that here, Pisces. We also have the Emperor energy, which is Aries energy, which is a time frame of March 21st to April 19th. So if you have strong Aries in your chart, or you have Aries is always strong. If you have Aries in your chart, if you're born on the cusp with Aries, you can feel rather stuck. So just be aware of that during this time. You also have Sagittarius energy reverse, so you can be having trouble with an Aries, or an Emperor, a boss, a patriarchal figure. I hate that word because people take it negatively, but it's not. It's just like a guy in charge. Like, you can be having trouble with somebody who is in charge. You can there's also a lack of patience, especially with yourself. So just be aware of that here. Temperance is balance, and it's not feeling very balanced right now. There is a frustration around work, or a lackluster around work. Like, I'm not inspired. How do I move forward? How do I gain that prosperity back? You're a student of your prosperity during this time. So you're going to be having a lot of new ideas, but there's also going to be a change that comes in. It can be changing jobs, it can be changing house, it can be changing mindset, whatever it is. There's going to be a change that comes in that brings a lot of inspiration, but you have to have patience, and you're not going to want to have patience with it. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, that one that just separated itself from the herd. Let's see here. We have Celestial reversed. This new moon means a lot to you. It does. It's going to have a big effect on you. The solar eclipse is also going to have a big effect on you. The power here is Pisces. The moon, the stars, the celestial happenings, the solar flares, they play a bigger role in your world than you realize. And this is going to be a time where we can start to wake up to that. It's like, oh wow, I'm really sensitive to the cosmos around me. And people can think, oh, that's silly. It's not. It's powerful, right? The moon controls the tide, and the tide is powerful. So just remember that. And we are fish, right? Pisces, you are a fish, so embrace the waters, but embrace also that you are affected by the way the water is affected. Let's see the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. This is the Hangman. We need to be mindful that we're seeing things differently. And we can be really getting agitated with ourselves for seeing things differently, or agitated with, I don't really even think that we're necessarily seeing things differently. It is that somebody wants us to see things differently. Or there's something here, there's a change that's going on. And it has forced us to see things differently. And we could be a bit resentful towards that, or a bit frustrated with that. So just be aware. With the Emperor reversed, this can be a poor relationship, with a father figure or a father. This could be our boss being too bossy. There is something here with something holding too tight, power holding too tight. So just be aware of that. But there's also a need here for us to embrace the sacred masculine aspect of ourselves that we can be finding challenging. And the way that we can figure out, do we find the sacred masculine aspect of ourselves challenging, if that applies to us, is that we can just, take a nice deep breath in and exhale, and then chant sacred masculine, sacred masculine, sacred masculine. How do you feel when you chant that? Do you feel calm? Do you feel a little bit on edge? Does it come naturally? Does it not? And then to compare it to, take a nice deep breath in and say sacred feminine, sacred feminine, sacred feminine. How does that feel to you? Does it feel calm? Does it feel stressed? How do we align with the sacred masculine? And how do we embrace our power without embracing a negativity at all, but standing in our power and in our surety of self? But also being able to see the bigger picture. There's something here. I'm just hearing a whisper of like, you need to have a plan, and you need to have a plan, which is one of my brother's favorite sayings. So I'm just hearing his voice like, you need to have a plan. It's like, oh my gosh, okay. So just be aware. It's like something here where we need to look at the bigger picture, and we're having a hard time with the plan of it, but we're being too rigid with ourselves. So a release and a creative energy, because the sacred masculine is also super creative, right? We just tend to forget it. We tend to forget to let the flow come with it and think it all has to be like little tin soldiers all lined up in a row. It doesn't. It doesn't. We can let the beauty come into our world and come into ourselves. The Eight of Earth. We can be feeling like, I don't really want to go to work this day. I'm not really inspired. So just be mindful of that. But the Eight of Pentacles is also not feeling really productive, questioning, doubting, looking at things and saying, how do I move forward to where I need to be for me, to what I desire for me? What am I working towards? And that could be a big question, like, what am I working towards? This new moon, this solar eclipse, is going to help you see that in some roundabout way. With the Page of Earth, it is time to be a student. It is time to be a student of what we want, of the seeds that we are planting. And we can find that really hard. This is also Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We can be having a bit of difficulty with an Earth sign energy that we can feel is immature or not seeing the bigger picture. But there's also a sense here of like, what am I planting? What do I want? There's a need to be a student, but that's like the last thing that we want to be. So just knowing that student energy is not going to come naturally to us during this time, but there is a lot that we are going to be learning. With the Four of Wands, the Four of Fire, celebration, success, bounty, abundance. This is the Minor Arcana marriage card. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get married, or oh my gosh, my relationship, isn't working, there's beauty and there's hope here, right? Never stay in anywhere that is harmful to you. Okay, I have to be careful for YouTube, right? But just know that about yourself. Like, know that you're worth wonderful things, and it's not like being lavished with gifts every 5 seconds, but it is being lavished with love and being taken care of, like feeling safe. That's important. And here there's an energy of, I'm moving towards my love and my safety. I'm moving towards a brilliance, a fire, a warmth. Patience reversed. Do we want to be patient? No, not at all. Not at all. My mom always calls this the P word, which I always think is terribly funny. She hates being patient. She always used to pray for patience when I was little, which I thought was ironic. There is a sense here of things being out of balance. There is also a searching, a looking for truth, like a sense of I'm seeking out truth. That's going to be very important. And yet it can feel like, well, that isn't true, that isn't true. And that can be very frustrating to us. So just be aware of this during this time. But there's a sense of balance that needs to be found, and just not feeling as sure footed as we once did. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. You have strong Virgo energy here, so be aware of that. And if you have Virgo energy in your chart, okay, that Virgo energy is being resistant to learning something, to planting a seed, to learning whatever. So just, yeah, I'm seeing that here with the page of Earth, because it's an Earth sign energy, right? Virgo is an Earth sign. So let's see what the cards have to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. Confidence is the key to success, and that's reversed. We can be having a hard time stepping into that power energy of Aries, of the emperor, without it being domineering. So just be aware of that and assessing. We can also have a hard time assessing, what do I want? How am I moving forward? Excuse me, I'm just going to take a sip of water. Where do I need to be for me? So stepping back and not thinking, I just have to charge forward, I just have to charge forward. But knowing that confidence comes from kind of slowing down a little bit and really looking at what we want. Boundaries, we have clear boundaries set up here, which is fantastic, and hold to your vision. We cannot know exactly what we're working for right now, or what we're working towards, or where we want to be. But it's time to create clear boundaries within our lives. This is what I want, this is what I'm going for. And hold to your vision of where you want to be for you, of what doors do you want to open for yourself? Like, how do you want to move forward? Nourishment is reversed. And it says here, a time to give rather than take. So there's almost a sense of a feeling like I have to stretch myself really super thin, right? I have to give, rather than taking in, rather than nourishing myself. I know that there needs to be a balance. Giving is fantastic, but there are also people, and I know them, and you do too, that can just give and give and give, and they give their power away, they give their lives away, they give everything away, and they're not happy. But there's almost like an obsessive need to just give, and it's like, what are you trying to prove? Give to yourself too. Nourish your soul and yourself. I'm all for, embracing humanity. I think that is spectacular and honorable. But also embrace you and give kindly to yourself. Sometimes we forget, and we mistaken nourishment with gluttony, right? And we mistaken that with giving, of course, as we just saw the example of, or heard the example of. And then we mistaken it with ourselves. We're like, oh, I'm going to nourish me. I'm going to take me time. I need to take care of me. And we can neglect everything else. So a beautiful balance here is super, super, super important. Action. Taking action. Going after what we want. And then it says here, with our beautiful Pisces self coming forward, balance the spiritual and the practical. So here, take action, with the Four of Wands, towards our happiness, towards what we want to celebrate. The Four of Wands is a beautiful celebration, right? It's usually seen as a marriage, but, what else do we think of instantly as a celebration? So it makes sense to conjure up that imagery. But also here, balancing our spiritual self with our practical self and taking action towards harmonizing those two sides of us. Because everybody always thinks of Gemini as being dualities, right? Because they're the twins. But you're the two fish. And so balance within you is also as secretly important as it is for them. It moves us then to attraction reversed. Surrender to the divine. Surrender. Don't try to control. That's actually with the Emperor energy reversed. There's a real sense here of needing to control. And Spirit's like, that's not the way it's going to come. Be patient and be balanced with yourself. Embrace the truth of things. And surrender to the divine. Surrender your energy to the universe. And know that the universe will take care of you. Open up the door profoundly for yourself. It leads us to our bonus card, which is again Virgo energy coming through, and it says you are good enough, and that's reversed. You know, it's so funny, and I've told the story before, but if you're new here or you haven't heard it, it gets to be new for you. When I first saw this card, and I've been using these cards for quite some time, this card made me mad. I thought, I'm not good enough. I have to keep on pushing. I have to keep on thriving. You can always be better. And here, what you are good enough reversed. It's that energy. It's seeing it and saying, always thrive, always succeed, always achieve, keep on pushing, keep on pushing. You know, stop complaining, keep on going. That's not helping anybody. Most definitely not you. You are good enough. It's time to start believing it. Because we can say, oh yeah, I believe it. I'm enough. I totally get that. You know, it's great. But it's all, lip service. I'm enough. Where I stand right now is enough. Who I am right now in this moment is enough. What I have achieved, what I have not achieved, what I dream of doing, what I will never do, and what I have done is enough. And that's a beautiful place to be. But for me, still sometimes, that's a scary place to be. It is a place I fall out of so easily. So write it everywhere. Make it a mantra. Write it in a journal 18 million times or like 5 times every night if you like that seems doable. I am enough, or 10. Like just start I am enough 5 times in a journal before you go to sleep. Not on your phone or anything like that, in a journal. I am enough. And then add to it as time goes on. Add to it when you feel like, oh, I can add 1 more, I am enough. I can add 2 more. I am enough. You are enough, Pisces. You will always be enough. And embrace the sacredness of that. Our subconscious spirit message, let's put that here. Can that go there? Yeah. Spirit message is manifest reversed. We don't believe in the power of our manifestation. There's a sense of like, oh yeah, sure. Like I've put it into the universe, I've believed, and it hasn't come true. And I'm not going to be able to manifest. And what Spirit is saying right here, right now, is stop. Know that every positive thought you have, every negative thought you have, every in-between thought you have is going into the universe. And right now we're upside down manifestation. We're upside down manifesting, which means we're manifesting what we don't want. And for those of us who are like, oh no, Dane, I'm right on track. Like I'm doing great. Just be mindful of this energy because subconsciously it's going to want to seep in and be like, oh, going to steal away what you want. I'm going to bring in those gray clouds. Sometimes that doubt, that fear, that like, just, that comes into our human hearts. And it's like, oh, I can't do this, even though we were doing great the day before. So just be aware of this. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the lady reversed. So the emperor and the lady and the empress are reversed. We're having difficulty embracing the majesty within ourselves. Embracing our divine couple. Divine couple, power couple, I usually see the emperor and the empress as is like the power couple, the like, wow, couple that people sit there like, oh, wow, they really have it. The divine couple is usually the high priestess, the hierophant, or the hermit. So here, we're having difficulty with our divine couple. So know that right now, if you're looking for somebody, you're a little bit out of balance. So the person we can be finding can be just a little bit out of balance too. So kind of like step away. This day, it's like, okay, you know what? It's a me day type of thing. Our subconscious tarot message is the Ace of Swords. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe is handing you a gift of knowledge, of power of voice, of cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. Are you taking it right now? No, no, but that's okay. It's here. It's here for you. And slowly and steadily, we'll start to realize that. Yeah. And that's going to be a great thing. But it's like Arthur pulling the sword out of the stone in the Arthurian legend, right? We don't want to tell it anybody instantaneously. It's kind of like hide away this gift, hide away this blessing, and then embrace your power. Our subconscious Luna message comes to us as wisdom. And your dreams need a practical plan, and that's reversed. So we're embracing our wisdom. We know that we have gotten wiser and stronger and more capable, but our dreams need a practical plan. And that has gone pear-shaped. So that's what Spirit, oh my gosh, Spirit said that, right? That was my brother's voice coming through. Where's your plan? Where's your plan? And that's the moon saying that. Here, your dreams need a practical plan. Intense. Freaky. I like it. I like it. Okay, guys. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.